It was supposed to be a routine flight, a simple cargo run from Louisville to Honolulu. But within moments of takeoff, UPS Airlines Flight 2976 turned into a fiery disaster that no one could have imagined. Witnesses saw the MD-11 freighter rise into the night sky, its left engine erupting in flames. Seconds later, it banked hard, trailing smoke before slamming into an industrial area and exploding into a wall of fire that shook the ground for miles. The inferno destroyed nearby buildings, killed 7 people, and injured many more. Even seasoned investigators were stunned. The flames burned for hours, consuming everything, except one question. What really brought down Flight 2976? At first glance, the explanation seemed simple, an engine failure. But when experts examined the wreckage, nothing about this disaster looked routine. This was a modern, triple-engine aircraft with a long service record. Engine fires during takeoff are rare, catastrophically rare. So, was it mechanical failure or something else? Investigators noted that the left engine failed just seconds after liftoff, a timing too perfect to ignore. Engines don't simply decide to explode at takeoff unless something's already wrong. Could it have been an overlooked maintenance issue or deliberate tampering? Could someone have altered a part or skipped an inspection step to hide a deeper fault? Witnesses describe hearing 2 distinct booms before the impact, far louder than a single explosion. Could those have been from the cargo hold? Early reports claim no hazardous materials were aboard, yet history tells a different story. Misdeclared or hidden cargo, like lithium batteries or industrial chemicals, has caused similar catastrophes before. So what exactly was loaded on Flight 2976? And who authorized it? The second major concern, fuel. The aircraft carried thousands of gallons of jet fuel, enough for a cross-Pacific flight. When it crashed, that fuel ignited instantly, creating an inferno that scorched nearby streets and businesses. If the plane had veered just a few hundred feet in another direction, it could have plowed into a residential neighborhood. Hundreds more could have died. Reports later revealed that the aircraft had a minor mechanical note flagged earlier that day, a maintenance check deferred for the next rotation. Was it coincidence? Or a fatal example of cutting corners to stay on schedule? Cargo airlines operate on ruthless efficiency. Delays cost millions. But when profit outweighs safety, tragedies like this happen. And sometimes those choices don't come from engineers. They come from executives. The third issue is the aircraft itself. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11 has a checkered past, known for its complex handling and delicate balance issues. The model has been involved in multiple cargo incidents. Pilots often describe it as unforgiving. Yet, in this case, the failure happened not during landing, the MD-11's most vulnerable phase, but on takeoff, when everything should have been stable. That suggests something much deeper than pilot error or flight imbalance. The fourth red flag is a communication blackout. For nearly 2 minutes before impact, air traffic controllers lost contact with the aircraft. Some speculate it was due to rapid system failure, but others whisper about something stranger. Electronic interference, a short circuit, or even intentional tampering. Was there a signal jammer in play? Could someone have interfered with flight communications from the ground? Then there's the timing. The crash occurred during a shift change, just after midnight, a perfect window when fewer eyes were on the tarmac. If anyone wanted to sabotage the flight, this was a moment. Some maintenance workers later told investigators that surveillance footage from one of the loading bays was unavailable due to a system update, coincidence, or deliberate erasure. Let's look at the fifth and perhaps most disturbing factor. The cargo manifests itself. UPS has refused to release full details, citing ongoing investigation. But why the secrecy? In the past, corporate interests have downplayed or obscured the nature of cargo to avoid liability. Could one mislabeled shipment, a box of flammable batteries, or worse, have triggered the fire that tore the aircraft apart? When you piece these fragments together, the story becomes darker. Engine failure at takeoff, explosions midair, missing footage, communication blackouts, undisclosed cargo. It begins to sound less like an accident and more like a calculated event. Some aviation insiders are already drawing parallels to earlier accidents that turn out to be crimes in disguise. In 1996, ValueJet Flight 592 exploded over the Everglades due to mishandled oxygen canisters. In 2010, UPS Flight 6 caught fire midair in Dubai, caused by lithium batteries that were never declared. Could Flight 2976 be another link in that same chain of negligence, or something even more intentional? The FBI's Aviation Crimes Division has joined the investigation quietly. Officially, they're assisting the NTSB. But unofficially, sources say the Bureau suspects possible tampering, falsified maintenance logs, replaced components, even security lapses in the cargo loading zone. If true, that means someone inside had knowledge and access. But why? What could anyone gain by bringing down a cargo jet? Insurance fraud? Corporate sabotage? A cover-up for smuggled materials? In the high-stakes world of global shipping, any of those motives could be possible. Billions move through these systems daily, and not all of it is legal. And then there's the most chilling thought. What if the crash wasn't meant to happen here? What if something on board was intended to detonate mid-flight? Far from witnesses, but malfunction early. That could explain the dual explosions, the rapid loss of power, and the blackout just before impact. The FBI has not ruled anything out. But as investigations stretch on, the trail grows colder and public attention fades. History shows that when big corporations and government agencies both stand to lose face, truth can become the first casualty. Yet amid all the speculation, one fact stands above the rest. It could have been far worse. The pilot's last recorded action suggests they fought to steer the burning aircraft away from residential zones, sacrificing themselves to save countless lives on the ground. Heroes in their final seconds. But we still don't know why they had to make that sacrifice. Was Flight 2976 simply a tragic chain of mechanical and human errors? Or was it an act of calculated sabotage buried under layers of bureaucracy and silence? Until we know for sure, one thing is certain. The official story doesn't explain everything. And when the facts don't fit neatly into the report, that's when true crime begins. If you believe the story deserves deeper investigation, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more real-world mysteries, true crime aviation stories, and investigations that challenge the official narrative. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload, and tell us in the comments, what do you think brought down UPS Flight 2976? Was it fate or something far more deliberate?